6-5 on to week 12. It is Raider week. It is game day. The Denver Broncos and Bo Nix are traveling to Las Vegas to play the Raiders for the final game of the year. Can the Denver Broncos get a sweep, or will the Denver Broncos be trapped in a game that's an obvious win for them? How's it looking for Bo Nix and Rookie of the Year? How's the other rookie quarterbacks looking? That is a question that we're all here today. But we're all going to get into that on another episode of the Get
Ruh-roh.
Raider week, baby. Raider week, baby. Raider week, baby. Let's go.
Oh, baby, it's here.
Go.
It's here. What's up?
It's here. It's here. The second game, the final game that we play the Las Vegas Raiders on this season. We're 6-5 going into week 12. We're favored to win this game. Is it a trap game, or is it another build game where we're not that team anymore? We've got some injury updates too, some important injury updates that came out. We got a player back, but we also lost a player down for this game. How's that going to impact? Is somebody going to step up? Those are the questions that are being asked today as we go into Las Vegas. And can we get another win? How's the Rookie of the Year race looking? How's the AFC playoff race looking? How are the teams out there looking? These are all the questions that we're going to answer today. But before we get to that, Johnny, how we doing, bud? How was your week?
Oh, buddy, I'm good. First of all, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Get Buck Game Day Show, Raider Week. The host over there, the hostess with the mostest, Isaiah, the Bronco Gentleman Henderson. And then, of course, I am Johnny Baki, the Mile High Viking. And what's up, guys? I'm so pumped to be here. I'm doing all right this week. Not so quite as eventful as last weekend when my kid broke his arm. My wife celebrated her birthday this week, which was wonderful. We had a nice celebration with my wife, and now here we are, back to game day, baby. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that last night we had the premiere episode of Viva los Broncos, the entirely in Spanish, the first ever fan-led, entirely in Spanish Denver Broncos podcast, premiered here on Orange and Blue Network and on MHRT Network last night. We had a great showing for a very first episode. So it was a lot of fun. I watched every minute of it, even though I could only understand bits and pieces. I'm still working on my Spanish, but I'm getting there. And it was a great show. So it's been a good week, and I'm ready for Raider Day, baby.
Yeah, absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. All right, guys, before we get started and we jump into things, you guys already know the drill. If you are here from MHRT, go head over to Orange and Blue Network our network, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss out on all the videos. And if you're here from Orange and Blue Network, go ahead over to MHRT. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. Follow them on Twitter. Follow them on Facebook and follow them on Twitch as well. Like their videos. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss those videos as well. And today, as we normally do, it's game day. It's a Get Buck Game Day show, and we always want to come into this optimistic. We want to get an absolute dub. That's the goal coming into this, is to get a dub in and out. And the best way to start off a dub Sunday is to hear from a word from our sponsor, Dubby. Johnny, go ahead and lead us off.
Oh, please and thank you. All right, guys. Please. The Denver Broncos are going to go out there. They're going to get a dub today against the Las Vegas Raiders. However, we're going to get you your own dub today because you're going to go click on the link below and jump on over to Dubby.gg where you will find Dubby Genderless Energy Blend. This stuff is phenomenal. Dubby comes in a multitude of delicious flavors. Delicious flavors, a bunch of them. And the best part about Dubby, it's got the caffeine to get you going, give you the kick you need to go to start out and get through your day. But Dubby does not give you the jitters or the crash later. Why? Because Dubby is specially formulated without any sugar, without any calories, no maltodextrin, no fillers, no artificial colors. It is all natural. Dubby contains nothing but amino acids, B vitamins, nootropics, including their patented nootropic called Neurofactor, which helps keep you sharp and on your mind going throughout the day. And the caffeine in Dubby is derived directly from the coffee plant. It is as natural as it gets. So when you're enjoying your Dubby, you can start your day out. You can get through your day, but you don't get the jitters or the crash at the end. Now I'm going to make that dub even sweeter. If you look right now, Dubby has their Black Friday sale. 40% off site-wide on all things Dubby. So jump on over, use that code to get yourself your Black Friday deal on Dubby. But even sweeter than that is I'm going to give you extra savings because in the checkout, you're going to punch in code NRWOB10. That's NRWOB10. That gets you 10% more off on your order. So a grand total of 50% off your Dubby order this week for Black Friday. Boom goes the dynamite. The Broncos get their dub, and that's how you get your dub.
Love it.
Let's talk Broncos, baby. It's time.
Love it. You're not going to find a better deal anywhere else. Get you guys 50% off of that, 40% off for the Black Friday stuff, 10% off with code NRWOB because NRWOB crew, 10% off to a total of 50% off. Johnny, I'm going to go ahead and give before we jump into the Broncos, I want to answer some questions that I said in the introduction that we're going to go ahead and answer. And the question was, what's it looking like with the teams out there? What's it looking like with the Rookie of the Year race? Because now there's more than one conversation to be had. There's a playoff conversation to be had. There's a Rookie of the Year conversation to be had. So far today, right now we got Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears playing against who are they playing against?
The Minnesota Vikings.
The Vikings are losing 17-10. Caleb Williams is definitely having a better game, but I think Minnesota is just a better team. Minnesota right now is playing down to the level. Detroit is playing down, but they're winning by 2 touchdowns. The Chiefs, for some reason, are playing competitive with the Panthers, even though they're in the red zone, and it's about to be 2nd and goal. They're up by 4.
Yeah, but I mean, like look at that.
And
if you look at that, who in the world would have thought of that? That happening right now? The Carolina Panthers
Bryce Young
of the Chiefs in the 3rd.
Bryce Young is playing better. He's playing much better. And Jaden Daniels and the Commanders have been struggling all day. So that's going to be interesting. But now that we've given an update, let's get over to the chat. We got D-Rock in the house. He says, shout out to all my heathens, derelicts, and vagabonds. This is Broncos. They were a mile higher than the competitions. Let's be repping in the chat. He says, D-Rock, my guy. He also says, I'm hoping Minshew tests Surtain again like last time.
Oh, please.
I'm hoping Surtain is on Brock Bowers. Not the West Side General dude. Yep, sir. That is me. Denver City Productions in the house says, let's bucking go. Uh, Daniels today, 11 of 19, 77 yards, an interception, and a rushing touchdown. Yes, it seems as if the Cliff Kingsbury trend has seemed to be true the last two games. Not having a good game right now. And Cooper Rush and the backup and the Cowboys are beating Jaden Daniels in this NFC division game. So that's pretty interesting. And Joe Burrow comes in and he says something that we're going to talk about today, which I mentioned in the intro, which is Zach Allen is out with a heel, but Brandon Jones is playing while sick. Yes. Johnny, I mentioned in the introduction that we're losing a player, but we're also gaining a player. So we have both of our safeties back for the first time in 2 weeks because it was PJ Locke out, Brandon Jones in, then it was Brandon Jones out, and PJ Locke in. Now they're both back together, so that's good. But now Awazurike has been called up. I don't know if he's going to start, but he's been called up to fill in. So it's going to see how Jordan Jackson, Malcolm Roach, how are these guys going to do? Are they going to continue to stop the run? How's the pressure going to look on the defensive side with Zach Allen, the best defensive tackle in the NFL? How's that going to look? So Joe Brewer brings that up.
Yeah. So I mean, and I'd like to address it. Zach Allen is the best. He is the best. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You can't deny it. Zach Allen is the best. However, I still have a lot of faith in this team, especially this defensive line, and what they're able to accomplish. In the rush coming up the middle again. And I'd love to point out. I mean, looking right now, I'm on PFF right now, right? Right now, the Raiders are ranked 28th overall in the NFL as a team. Offensively, they're ranked 28th as well. So so even with the current, the current state of things with Zach Allen being out, the Denver Broncos defense is currently ranked, which we all know is literally kind of a fallacy because of that Ravens game. But the Broncos defense is currently ranked 5th in the NFL. And so even without Zach Allen, I know that this defense can get that job done. I'm just saying.
I agree. I think Jonathan Franklin Myers has been one of the best signings. And the question is opposite of him and Zach Allen, who's going to step up today? I think there might be a shift with seeing some more Malcolm Roach and DJ Jones in those two defensive tackle sets. Maybe we might see some more Jordan Jackson today. See if he can step up in that role. I know when he's been in there, he's produced. Maybe not at the level of Zach Allen, but can he come in there and be a filler? Just shout out to Devon Key because he had a rough outing against the Ravens. But he was there to fill in for the team when we needed him, and we went out and shut out. The Falcons didn't get a touchdown, so that's good. Especially with our inside linebackers going down and the rotation inside linebackers. Justin Sternard and Cody Barton have done an excellent job filling in. Now, can we do the same thing across that defensive line? Can our depth step up again and really step up, or is it going to be a liability in the runner-pass game where they have a little bit more time and that interior pocket doesn't collapse, or do they decide to step up and play as a team? What kind of pressures and packages does Vance Joseph bring? And D-Rock comes in and says, blitz. Exactly. Without Zach Allen, you're going to have to make up for that extra pressure. So I would be surprised if you see some more mug looks, some more A-gap blitzes. Shai Vargas in the house comes in and says, let's sweep the Raiders. Yes, we broke the streak, the 8-game losing streak against the Raiders. Now we're looking to sweep them. How the tables have turned.
Absolutely. How the tables have turned. Richie Rich is popping in from Canada saying it's snowing there. Well, isn't it always snowing in Canada? I'm joking. But dude, I'm sorry to hear that, unless you really like the snow. I do love the snow, but intermittently.
Yeah, there's a huge snowstorm across the whole North America. That includes Canada as well, especially in the Midwest. We got hit with that. Blissby Reppin says need a Benito sack. I want a couple Benito sacks. He's second or third in the NFL.
I said it last night in Spanish, by the way, on the Viva Los Broncos podcast. I predict 3 sacks for Benito today.
I like that. He's third in the NFL in sacks. Go ahead, jump up, get you a Pro Bowl year. I predict he'll lead the NFL in sacks by the end of the year. I think once he gets that mantle, he's not giving it back. So I think he's definitely getting an All-Pro nod. Cole Duke comes in and says, "Let's effing bow." Joe Burrow is still wasting a roster spot on Greg Dulcich. Shaking my head. Yeah, I agree with that. With some players you want to bring up, and having to
Why?
make this move. Why is Greg Dulcich still there?
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, Blissby references Hope Bailey and the receiver course turned up today. Yeah, I definitely agree. I hope you know what I want this defense. I'm tired of the defense starting off slow, and Brock Bowers had that one touchdown against us, and that was it. They're going to want to go to that. They're going to want to play spoiler. If they're in Las Vegas, it's a division game. I want the defense to come out and make a statement. Don't let them get hope. Don't let us go down 10-0 and have to get a pick six at the 3-yard line by Pat Surtain. Come out there and make a statement, and the offense come out and play complimentary football. Get that momentum going early and don't give it back, which seems to be what we've been doing the last couple of weeks against the Kansas City Chiefs. We went up 2 touchdowns. We tried to get up early and play with the lead. We did the same thing with the Falcons. That seems to be the game plan now is get out, play early, take their hope away early. Richie says he will fill in for Zach Allen and play defensive.
All right.
Yes.
Sounds good, bro.
Hit the like button and subscribe. Richie says he loves the snow. We know you're Canadian.
That was profiling, and profiling is wrong.
Was that a new name, Johnny?
Ross Roybal. It's new to us here.
Cheers.
Says 34-13, Broncos over Raiders. I love it, dude.
That seems right. KB82 in the house. What's up, brother? He says, "What's up, fellas?" It's Benito. 82 sacks today. 82. That's a joke. I love it. I think Nick Benito will be the first. He will finally get double-digit sacks. He'll be the first Bronco to have double-digit sacks since 2018. Yeah, I think he will end up leading the NFL in sacks. So I truthfully, I think we have 3 Pro Bowlers on our defense and 2 Pro Bowlers on our offense. Maybe Sutton can sneak in there if he can have a great end of the season. Maybe because he's right on the top 5 receiving yards. That's maybe a second team All Pro, second team All Pro nod. But with first team All Pro, I think Benito, if he leads the NFL in sacks, can for sure get it. Zach Allen, even though PFF is trying to screw him, and PS2 obviously. Those are the 3 on the defensive side. On the offensive side, I think Garrett Bowles definitely gets a nod this year, and I think Quinn Miners
real quick. I just want to shout out. You said earlier, Bryce Young is playing much better. Bryce Young just threw a beautiful out route pass on the right sideline for a first down on third down against the Chiefs defense. And you're absolutely right. I just want to show I'm not a Panthers fan by any means, but given everything that's been said about Bryce Young recently, the way he's looking right now, it's kind of impressive. So just trying to give him show him a little bit of a his just desserts on that one. It's the end of the third quarter there for Kansas City versus Carolina. Kansas City is up 27-16. Just quick, I'm just going to finish up the score update real quick, brother, if it's all right with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 6:31 left in the third between Minnesota in Chicago. Minnesota still up 17-10. 4 seconds left in the third quarter. In Houston, between the Titans and the Texans, it's all tied up, 23-23. The Titans and the Texans. So that's interesting. That's one to keep an eye on.
Texans losing helps us because of because they're 7-4. So if we win, I think they're 7-4. So if they lose and we win, we'll both be tied for 7-5. That means that if we can keep the momentum and Houston may slip up, we may not be the 7th seed. We may even be more.
We may be the 6th. Yeah.
6th.
Moving over to Indianapolis, Detroit is up 21-6 with 13:21 left in the fourth. Then moving over to Miami versus in Miami against New England, they are up 24-0 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Going on over to New York, the Giants against Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers are up 30-6. So kind of doing to the Giants what we did last week to the Falcons. And last but not least, going on right now in Washington, Dallas is up 10-9 over the Commanders right now with 2 minutes left in the third. So, definitely some interesting games today.
And I'm finally winning.
Some teams stepping up.
I'm finally
I
winning.
was just going to say some teams stepping up that we didn't expect. So
I'm finally winning in fantasy right now. So I got Bucky Irvin, who's got me 26 points. He's killing it right now.
He is.
Deebo Samuel, but K. Dotton, I got him on the. He hasn't really done much. We need him to score. Aaron Jones finally just scored a touchdown. So that's great. Patrick Mahomes is, but DeAndre Hopkins is having a pretty good game. But yeah, the Houston Texans losing, so we need Baltimore to beat the Chargers. That'll put the Chargers at what, 7-4, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So that is
I think
down.
so.
And then also that makes that game that we just got flexed to Thursday night a lot more interesting because we have a couple more games before we find the Chargers. So if we can keep this momentum going forward, but the Chargers, let's say they lose to the Ravens, we can play the Chargers. Let's say we keep going. We play the Chargers on Thursday Night Football, and we give them their 5th loss. Now we're tied for 2nd in the AFC West. So these games are starting to add up. So we need the Ravens to beat the Chargers today. If the Texans fall to the Titans, the Broncos may be able to sneak into that 6th seed. Maybe we're not necessarily the 7th seed. Maybe we even sneak in that 6th seed if the Texans fall. Maybe maybe the Chargers fall more than once and we beat them and they fall again. Maybe they lose to the Chiefs again and we get that. Maybe we move.
There's a lot. There is a lot on the table right now. There's a lot on the table right now.
April Glassman in the house says happy after Raiders Day. Let's see, Redmond says put Javonte back there to eliminate him when he beats the tackles. Let Bo throw. We win easily. Our tackles are actually doing pretty good this year. But yeah, I have estimated fantasy, so I need estimated. The whole NFL was mad last week because we all picked up estimate. And Sean Payton just won with Javonte. I'm thinking this is an estimate against. I think this is an estimate game. I'm thinking that
it could be.
Game. Let's be repping says still want Travis Hunter. Just imagine him and Sutton or flip that him and Sutton together. I'm not on.
It's not going to happen. I wish it would. Oh my God, I wish it would, but it won't. It won't happen.
I think he's going to go to a team that's going to use him on both sides, and we won't. There's really, unless you have a package for him, maybe, and maybe a dime package.
I wish against all things that Travis Hunter would come to Denver, but we can't. There's no way that we can give up the capital it would take to move up that high in the draft to get him. It's not happening. Now,
here's the deal with that. Here's the deal with that. The Broncos and Chargers right now are in a bidding war for the first tight end off the board. Everybody assumes Jim Harbaugh is going to be reunited with his tight end Colston Loveland. They keep mocking the Broncos a wide receiver, but I don't think we get a wide receiver. I think we get a tight end in the first.
Maybe.
And so depending on who picks first in the draft is going to say who gets that tight end. I'm a big Tyler Warren fan. I think he's that Joker tight end. But there's a bunch of this. I think his name is Fanini, Loveland, Gunnar Helm.
Loveland. I like Loveland.
Tyler Warren. There's a bunch of tight ends coming out. There's a bunch of wide receivers. There's a bunch of receivers and running backs too. KB82 says you need to trade 2 first-round picks I made to get up to Hunter. Not happening. I would like us to look at their receivers, Shepard or Webster. They also have some linebackers. Yeah, and I also think that, what we do in free agency also affects the draft too. So let's say we sign a guy like, because, Sean Payton's not really going to, I don't think he's going to dole out $30 million to a guy like T. Higgins, especially when he's injury prone. Chris Godwin's coming off an injury. I don't know if he's going to re-sign with the Bucks or if he's going to want to bring down his price a little bit in free agency. I like a guy like Darius Slayton. He's productive. So what we do in free agency can go a long way to what we do in the draft. So if we get a wide receiver, let's say we sign Darius Slayton in the offseason, then we may not necessarily have to get a wide receiver in the first round, because then we'll have Courtland Sutton on his last year of his contract. Let's say you get the free agent receiver that you signed. You've got Bailey, who's clutch. You've got Franklin, who's one of the best receivers in the NFL in creating separation. So all you're missing is a tight end and a speedy Joker running back. Quinshon
Mm-hmm.
Judkins, a Travis Etienne, or a homeboy from Kansas, or like a
Well,
Bijan
here,
Robinson.
and I'm just going to throw another name in there that I have seen mocked a lot, and that me personally, I'm high on. I know you said you don't foresee them going for a wide receiver in the first round, but I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility. And a lot, again, I'm going to go to my boy at Mizzou, Luther Burden. He had another phenomenal game yesterday against Mississippi State, and I could really, really get on board with getting him in here. Now, not talking first round, I want to talk about the Kansas Jayhawks running back, Devin Neal. He's not necessarily like he's not the best running back in this draft class by any means, but get him if you could get him on day 2. That's another guy I could see coming in here and making some. If we could get him, that would be on for a day 2 pick. He would be a really big. He'd make some noise on the Broncos. I believe that wholeheartedly.
There's a bunch of running backs and even receivers you can get on day 2. I like Kyron Lacey. You can get on a day 2 from LSU. Trey Harris, you can get in the second round from Ole Miss. Definitely a big body type, can go slotting outside the numbers. Good football IQ, strong at the hands. I think he's one of the best run after catch receivers in the NFL. And in college, I'm sorry. You can get him in the second round, definitely for sure. I like the running back from the Army. I definitely like the running back from the Army too. He's a good downhill power running back. He could be definitely a good joker. Trayvon Henderson, and both running backs from Ohio State, Trayvon Henderson and Quinshon Judkins, are also good, speedy. I think that's what we're missing in this offense is a speedy, quick receiving running back. You're watching the team.
Well, you're watching KB82 throws. KB82 throws another one in there. Giddy from Kansas State. I mean, that is a speedy little running back.
Excellent. So, and you're seeing teams with James Cook with the Buffalo Bills. You're seeing these guys with these fast out the backfield running backs, or these quick in space guys, which is really what we're missing. We have that with Jalil, kind of, but with maybe something a little bit bigger that can definitely split carries like that.
A little bit bigger, yeah.
So I'm definitely seeing a tight end in the first round for us.
Yeah. Moving on from draft talk, though. I mean, it's it's Raider Day, baby. So, let's talk. Can we talk Raiders a little bit? We got
because
G Money.
You just interrupted my timing. Thanks, Johnny.
You're welcome.
Gosh.
Anytime. I wanted to bring up this comment by G Money.
G Money says, "What's up, boys? Broncos about to bust up these sorry Raiders. My bold prediction is Bo has 6 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns is insane. If Bo can put up the same number or like similar numbers again, offensive rookie of the year is his, and he's running away with it. I think we should shut down Brock Bowers today and kind of temper him down to the offensive rookie of the year and elevate Bo. But if he can put up like 6 touchdowns, that's kind of insane. But good on that. It's definitely a hot take. But this is another terrible defense like the Panthers, like the Saints, where you can beat up on them and you can stat pad.
Bo was surgical last week against the Falcons, and he can really in this game against this defense. I mean, as I've already stated here, I'm going back to it right now. Defensively, the Las Vegas Raiders are ranked 28th in the NFL. The Falcons, who Bo literally carved up like a Thanksgiving turkey. Yeah, Thanksgiving. Last week were ranked 17th at that time. So, and granted, yes, they had some injuries, but still, they were still the 17th ranked defense. And Bo carved him up like a Thanksgiving turkey, where he's going up against the 28th ranked defense today. Dude, this should be, it should not be a problem for Bo and the Broncos offense to eat today.
And trust Sean Payton's game plan. Trust Sean Payton's game plan. Sean Payton said it's pressure. That he spends a lot of time game planning the offensive line, scheming and blocking for Max Crosby. So trust that his offensive game plan with that. The whole offensive line is healthy. Ben Powers was limited this week, but practice and he's a full go. So the whole offense is healthy. Expect a bit on that. And, Zach Allen he's not there, but expect this defense to get after it, to go into Vegas this is a must win to go 7-5. We need to go right now we're 1-2 in the division. We need to get tied up and go 2-2 in the division. The possibility of winning out and going forward into the division. There is a possibility out there, Johnny. There is a possibility where we three-way tie for the division.
I know. Now, isn't that crazy?
The way that happens is, one, the Broncos have to win out against the Chiefs and the Chargers. Two,
yes, it does.
The Chargers have to beat the Chiefs. So if the Chargers beat the Chiefs, and we went out, that means the Chargers will be 4-2 in the division. They would have lost to us and the Chiefs. The Chiefs would have lost to the Chargers and us, and we would have lost to the Chiefs and the Chargers. That's a three-way tie for the division.
I know.
But it all starts with the Broncos winning out. It all starts with the Broncos winning out. And that starts today with this game against the Raiders. And, just coming out fast, coming out punching them in the mouth. Don't sit back on your heels. Don't play like, hey, we're a better team and we can come back if we want to, and we don't have to be as aggressive now. If we're starting to run the ball now early, let's get 4 or 5 yards per carry now. Let's not settle for field goals. Let's not get penalties that knock us out. And that's one thing that I think we had one penalty that knocked us back with Garrett Bowles on an object estimate hurdle. But other than that, we didn't have self-defeating plays and penalties. And I think the way to come out fast and to avoid that is to avoid those penalties. Joe says, Bo and the Broncos shouldn't have problems like CU. We're supposed to hang with Kansas. Don't count it as a W before it's over. 100% don't count it as a W. And Sean Payton and the Broncos.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. I just think I'm merely stating that I don't see the Broncos not being able to do what they did last week against the Falcons. I'm not saying it's a win. I'm not saying that by any means whatsoever. Just stating that, statistically, the odds are good for us in this one.
Yeah. Like I said, we're favored, and that's one thing we're going to talk about later. But one of the things I want to talk about, Johnny, and I'm looking at your whole ensemble there, and the only thing missing is a gigantic fat turkey leg, which I'm not guessing you cooked, but I do want to know, what are we eating today for our Mile High menu?
I know we kick it like no one else. We kick it like no one else. Listen out, there ain't nothing like this. I know we kick it like no one else. We kick it like no one else. Listen out, there ain't nothing like this.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back. Mile High Menu, guys. You know what it is. You know what the deal is. Fill up the chat with your game day eats. What are you cooking today? What are you grilling today? What are you buying today? What are you eating today? Johnny, lead by example. Show them how it's done. What is on your Mile High menu?
Oh, I'm literally going to show you what my game day menu is today. Oh, yeah. That is delicious.
Broccoli Alfredo?
Yeah, it's got broccoli, it's got carrots, it's got peas, it's got chicken with some penne noodles and a delicious Alfredo sauce. I'm really excited about it. I'm holding on to my bowl till the game starts because that's my game day food. But I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited. It's going to be delicious. I love a good Alfredo. It's my favorite kind of pasta, really. But, I decided to throw some extra vegetables other than just the broccoli in there, carrots, peas. It's going to be absolutely, absolutely fantastic. So that's my game day menu. I'm still staying strong on my cutting severely back on my alcohol intake. And I've lost some weight as a result of it, by the way. Isaiah, I am down as of this morning. Are you ready for this? As of this morning, I am down 10 pounds in 2 weeks. And the only change that I have made right now, except that I have started working out again a little bit here at home, is that I cut out beer. I still like it. I'll still have one with dinner here or there, but I'm not drinking like I was, and I'm very happy about that. I've got my water, so I'm going to be drinking my water, and I'm going to be eating my pasta, and it's going to be really good. So
proud of you, bud.
I'm pumped about it. Thank you.
Proud of you. Yeah, when you cut out beer, it's like beer's liquid bread. So that's just one area of carbs you cut out, and you drop weight tremendously. So I'm proud of you. Denver City Production comes in and says, guacamole burgers today, boys.
Oh,
D-Rock comes in and says, chicken parm, penne pasta, and pumpkin pie. Heat it up.
Pumpkin. Say it right. Pumpkin.
Delicious. All right. So I guess it's my turn on my Mile High menu. Nothing out of this world. Just some leftover pizza. That's it. Some leftover pepperoni pizza. That's my Mile High menu. Nothing too out of this world. And KB82 comes in with a comment, and we're have a special gift specifically for KB82. We normally don't do this, but just today we're gonna do this for KB82. KB82 says that was the worst song ever,
brother.
And because of that, KB82, this concludes our Mile High menu. So we're going to go ahead and run it one more time. Shout out to KB82 for this special song to your loved ones out there. Grab them close. Tell them you love them. KB82, this is a shout out to you and all those out there. Go ahead and enjoy it.
I know, we kick it like no one else. We kick it like no one else. Living out there ain't nothing like this. I know, we kick it like no one else. We kick it like no one else. Living out there ain't nothing like this.
There you go, KB82, your favorite song, just for you.
Once again for KB82 and those little lovebirds out there who's standing strong and hungry, listen to that Mile High menu. All right, we are back. All love here. Guys, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, Orange and Blue Network and MHRT Network. Raider Week, we here are Raider haters for life on the Orange and Blue Network. And we want to come in here into Vegas and leave 7-5, headed back home for Monday Night Football prime time. So, Joe Burr comes in and has a question regarding the neighborhood, Johnny. He says, so are we getting Mundungus and Charger Bill today?
Yes, it will be. It'll be Mundungus and Bronco Bill today for the neighborhood. Last week was an Orange and Blue Network game day takeover, and it was fun. And I hope we get to do a few more of those this year. But either way, today it's definitely going to be Mundungus and Bill. And
then, I got some background designs for you. I want to share. How do I reach out? DM those to @the_Mile_High_Viking on Twitter. Johnny's Twitter right there. Go ahead and DM those. We'll definitely love to see those. We appreciate you thinking of us and making those. And shout out to you. Cheers to you.
Appreciate that, Denver City. I am self-taught completely in graphic design. I've done the best that I can with designing. I like what some of the stuff I've come up with, but if there's something that you have and it turns out to be better than mine and we all like it, I will definitely look into using some of those. So I appreciate it. Yeah, shoot them to me via DM. You could also email them directly to nothingrhymespod@gmail.com. If that would be an easier way to send those on over. Okay, that's nothingrhymespod@gmail.com. Kamani Dixon's in the house. Kamani Dixon's in the house. Fellas, what's up, Kamani? It's good to see you, friend. Also,
Kamani's ready to get this dub.
It looks like we killed Kenny by making him listen to that song again.
Oh my God, you killed Kenny!
And then he says, "Play the song one more time. It's growing on me."
I know. There's nothing you can do about it.
You heard it here. Let's do it, Isaiah. He asked for it. Give the people what they want.
I know, we kick it like no one
Kenny, you don't run stuff here. You only get a snippet of it. All right. Yes, sir. Broncos all the way. Okay, Johnny. We're not gonna close out with the last segment yet, but this is what we're gonna do. We did.
We're 20 minutes from kickoff,
and yes, and we might have to close out a little bit early. But we did Mile High Menu. So instead of going to You Want to Bet next, I want to do keys to the game. Keys to the game. So
you got it.
You said the stats of the Raiders defense and the Raiders offense. What's the key to the game? Give me some keys to the game.
Well, are we doing what we did last week? Each of us gives 2 keys to the game this week. Both of us.
We'll go 2. Maybe we sneak 3 in there,
right.
but we'll start off with 2.
All right, 2 keys to the game. I'll start out with 1, and then you go 1, and so on and so forth. My first key to the game today is going to be defensively. This could, and it's an important one. Shut Brock Bowers down. Now that may be easier said than done. The dude is an animal. What a rookie. Went right after Bo in the draft. 1 pick behind Bo. And, I mean, this guy, Pro Bowl year already as a rookie at the tight end position. He is the future, in my opinion, of the tight end position for the NFL. With the older heads like Travis Kelce getting on up in years, when they exit this league, Brock Bowers will be the household name at tight end. So we got to find a way to shut him down. Now that like I said, that's good. You can't stop him completely. He's one of those players, I think, but you can definitely slow him down. He's really, besides Jacoby Myers, really he is the biggest weapon. And in fact, PFF predicts that he will be the target shareholder for the game for the Raiders, and that he'll also have the highest production for the Raiders. So definitely middle of the field. Our safeties and our linebackers have to be diligent, but on shutting down the middle of the field. And otherwise, Pat Surtain, you got to line Pat Surtain up on him as much as possible.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna build on that. And I'm going to go with defense, but I'm going to build on that specifically. I think one of the keys to the game, which ties into stopping Brock Bowers, is first and second down. You got to stop him on first and second down. So what that does is put them in third and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. And what that does is it makes it harder to get to the guys like Brock Bowers, because the defense can put our heels on the first down, and you catch it in front of us, and we're going to tackle you. So that way we minimize your production. Last game, it was a play action over route to Brock Bowers, and PJ Locke mistimed his jumped for a touchdown. So expect to see that again. Expect to see some tight end screens as it normally is. We got to stop the run. So that's going to be my second. My key to the game is first and down production by the defense. First and second down production by the defense. Get them in third and long. Get them in 3rd and long. Right. Just because they suck, and then the Raiders, if they're in 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, it doesn't matter whether they suck or not. Look at the Chiefs and the Panthers. When you're converting like that, you can be competitive. We don't want this to be competitive.
Rich coming in real quick goes, Mr. Henderson, you're looking short. Might I suggest a phone book?
No, I've come to terms with my height a long time ago. I will do nothing to change it. Joe says BJ can do on 3rd and short is not play off 5 to yards, stuff like that. Yeah, playing that far off zone, which is what the Falcons did, and Sean Payton picked them apart for doing that. I expect with our safeties back, and especially with Zach Allen being gone and having to bring up a little bit more pressure, some more stunts, some more blitzes. Mm-hmm. I expect some more man-to-man coverage across the board.
I love it.
So that's my key to the game. Johnny, what is your second key to the game?
Second key to the game. I'm sticking defensive. All right. I know that offense, obviously we need at least one offensive key to the game somewhere in here, but I'm sticking defensive. And Rich actually brought it up before I could. He's talking about the weak spots on the Raiders offensive line. They're down 3 play. They got 3 big holes, as Richie Rich says there. Middle of the line at guard and right tackle are all weak spots. This team is the best rushing defense in the NFL. Inside, outside, doesn't matter. We are the best rushing team in the NFL. So we need to exploit those weaknesses. and target. Not like actually target, because that gets you ejected from the game. But we absolutely must exploit those weaknesses to one, shut down the run, but it is going back to your point, Isaiah, but also, of course, putting insane pressure in Gardner Minshew's face. So that is my second key to the game, is pressure.
Is this a Raiders fan? Jack Kenneth says Raiders. No,
this is our buddy. No, this is our buddy Jack Kenna, host, the Raiders host of the Wild Wild West over on MHRT Network. So it's good to see you, Jack, as always. Hope you're doing well. So Isaiah, would you please give your second key?
My second key to the game is going to be. Oh, by the way, update: the Dallas Cowboys are beating the Commanders. Salute, Jack.
Yes, they are
beating the Commanders. So in regards to that Offensive Rookie of the Year race, losing to the Cowboys doesn't look good. My second key to the game is going to be build on that run game. You know, it's good. Bo Nix had a good. I'm okay with Bo Nix not having 6 touchdowns. I'm okay with the run game having 200 yards rushing this game, and Bo having 180 yards, and he's efficient in the air. I'm okay with that. Show that other weapon of the run game, and that's why I want to see Audric Estime. Not just I do have him in fantasy, but I think it's a breakout game coming for him. Last week was Javonte Williams. It seems like a great week for Audric Estime to really beat up on the Raiders and redeem himself. I think it's going to be Sam Darnold's hurt and walking off the field. Who's their backup quarterback? Nick Mullins is in for the Vikings.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think they're up on the Bears 24-10 last I saw. 24-16. Oh, no, it's a one-possession game, 7 minutes left. So Nick Mullins is going to have to manage the game, an empty backfield for that. Titans are up 30-27 on the Texans. My goodness. That's crazy.
All right.
But my game is definitely going to be Jack, the Raiders fan says Broncos need to give the running back reps to Estimate. Please don't. Yeah, it's definitely going to be establish the run game, which is going to make the pass game even better. Especially going into prime time to Monday Night Football. I don't want to be one-dimensional. Hey, we can go in, we can throw it on you, and we can run it on you too. I think it's time to showcase that.
Absolutely. Can I give one more key? Just one more?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with it's Bo Nix. Bo Nix is the third key to the game. We saw, we saw our defense literally hold the Falcons to 2 field goals last week. And that was awesome. And that kind of got overshadowed by Bo Nix. But Bo Nix had such an incredible performance, 145.6 passer rating. Unbelievable. He went 28 for 33 for 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. That was an unbelievable performance. I'm not expecting necessarily that is a every single week kind of thing that we might see. However, I do think it's important for him to keep that groove. Not necessarily like with those kind of Star Trek or Star Wars numbers necessarily, but rather just kind of, he needs to stay in his groove. Don't let him get slower, softer, complacent. Keep the foot on the gas with Bo. Because right now, not just for Rookie of the Year talks or anything like that, right now, he is leading this team in an upward trajectory. And that's what we want to keep that upward trajectory going. So Bo is the third key to the game.
I'm going to speed through my last key, and then we're going to go directly to the last segment. John, I hope you're ready. This last segment, the last my key to the game is to take care of the ball. Take care of the ball. We've had no, knock on wood, we've had no fumbles. We've taken care of the ball. There was, Phil Jordan Humphrey did fumble, but he recovered it. Just take care of the ball, because this is a game where if you're not paying attention, the turnover margin can be differential, and that could cost the game. But before we close
real quick to this point by Jack Kenna, I missed this. With Bo, with my point about Bo, look at this. All of the starting cornerbacks for the Raiders are out.
Yep.
So,
all right, so we're going to go to this next segment, guys. We're going to talk about the spread and the numbers and how we're favored and what we're going to look for. Guys, we're going to go to our next segment. KB82 is going to love this song. You Want to Bet.
Money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine. Going up, need no decline. Money line, I'ma run it.
All right, Johnny,
love
go
that.
ahead and do this off. We're going to go ahead and have to fly
Let's
through
do this
segment.
thing. Okay. So for today, the Denver Broncos are the favorite by 5.5 points to win this game. Feel like, honestly, given our production last week, that's a little low, but that's in the Raiders dumpster fire that has been this season. I feel like that's a little bit low, but okay. 5.5 point favorites. Now the money line on that is is plus 209 for the Las Vegas Raiders. So that would mean that if you wanted, say, to if you wanted to make $1,000, you'd have to bet $209 to make $1,000 on a Raider win. So now the over/under on the game is 41.5. All right, so we are 5.5 point favorites. Do we win? Do we cover? And on the over and under 41.5, do you take the over or the under? Ready and go.
I'm going to take the over. I'm going to say we cover. I'm going to say 35-7.
35-7. All right. I like that. That stays consistent with our scoreboard of last week. I love it. I'm with you. I'm taking the over as well. The Broncos will cover, and it will be. I'm going to actually stick right around with what you said there. I'm going to go with 34 though. I'm going 34-10.
34-10. Good score.
34-10 Broncos over Raiders. We allow them to glimpse or to get in the red zone. They get a red zone touchdown somewhere around the second quarter, in my opinion. And then they managed to, at some point during the game, don't know, I'm not going to predict when, they managed to push their way down the field enough to knock through a field goal. But beyond that, this defense, what they are capable of, especially against offenses better than the Raiders have right now, they're going to keep them back. And the Broncos are just going to keep on eating both in the air and on the ground. 34-10 Broncos. So there you go. Anybody have them throw them in the chat real quick before we get out of here. Jack Kenna threw it in 35-7. And is that in favor of the Raiders or the Broncos there, Jack? Be honest, Raider fan. No.
The Commanders just scored. Jaden Daniels just threw it to Zach Ertz, so it's going to be 20-17. With the Cowboys going to take the ball back. It's 27-19. The Panthers have the ball with 3:21 left. They're down 8. And Bryce Young, it's 1st and 10. It's the ball, hands it off. Gain about 2, maybe 1. Vikings up 24-16, second 4. But that's the
you want me to give a final across the – do you want me to give one final across the league score update before we bounce? I've got it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, like you said, 27-19 Kansas City over Carolina right now with 3:31 left in the game. We got the Minnesota Vikings against the Chicago Bears. It's 3:18 left in the game. Minnesota's up 24-16 now. The 2-minute warning, the Tennessee Titans are up 3 points over the Houston Texans right now at the 2-minute warning. New England Patriots are down 31-15 against the Miami Dolphins with 4:31 left in the game. Washington Commanders have the ball right now. They're down by 3, 17-20 to Dallas with 3:02 left. There's a lot of really surprising possible upsets this week.
Especially the Texans. Look at the Texans.
Oh, absolutely. And you're looking at that, Isaiah. Would you say it's the week of the hashtag underdogs?
Yes, hopefully not for us in this week, though. Hopefully not for us.
No, it is not, because this week we are not the underdogs.
Nope, and we're not going to let the underdogs win. But, guys, if you're here from Orange and Blue Network, go head over to MHRT, go over to their YouTube, subscribe, go to their Twitter, follow them, go to Facebook, follow them, their Twitch as well, follow them. Like this video, subscribe to their channel, and comment on the videos, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything they have coming. If you hear from MHRT, go ahead over to Orange and Blue Network, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, everywhere, listen to us on audio and everywhere. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of our videos. Guys, we will see you after the game for the Buck Your Feelings post-game show, hosted by Jay the Denver Dream Weaver and Johnny the Mile High Viking as well. We will be back after getting this absolute dubby. Don't forget, guys, to go get your 40% off Black Friday deal for dubby. Richie called it 35-17 Broncos. Me 28-16 Broncos. Alex from KC 35-17 Broncos. Joe Brewer says 28-16 Broncos. I think it'll be a harder given game in this division. Those are always hard. And Raiders don't want the sweep in their home. But guys, we love you all. We will see you after the game. We're going to give you one Mile High salute. We're going to come back and talk about this win afterwards. Oh my gosh, hold on. No way. He took the punt return back. The Cowboys took the punt return back.
Wow.
He dropped it and took it all the way back for a touchdown. My goodness.
Unbelievable.
All right, guys.
Kevontae Turpin. Wow.
Game. That hurts Jason Daniels Rookie of the Year if he loses to the Cowboys. Johnny, hit him with the horn.